Welcome to another episode of News2Gamers, your centre of the universe for everything gaming. I'm your host Simon Hill, and what a week it's been. Hands up, who's been playing Uncharted for the last week or so? Yes, me too. Right, hands down. Now, who here has been playing Doom since it came out on Friday? Yes, it's brutally brilliant, don't you think? Right, now that I've confessed that I've been stopping up until after clock playing two amazing games, shall we get on with the show? Go on then. Tonight on the show, one of PC's most notorious turn-based strategies returns with a brand new trailer. I can't wait for this. We also have the news on the latest Star Wars game set to be hitting us in the next year or so. Plus, we have an interview with Frozenbyte Studios joining us all the way from Finland, talking about their new IP Shadwen. Plus, we have the review, and it's our bloodthirsty review of one of the goriest arena shooters out there in Doom. But first, here's the lowdown. Blizzard Entertainment has outlined its policy on cheating and hacks for the soon-to-launch shooter Overwatch. In a forum post, the developer said, "Play nice, play fair" is a core value to Blizzard, and as such, there will be stiff penalties for cheaters. If a player is found to be cheating or using hacks, bots, or third-party software that provides any sort of unfair advantage, that player will be permanently banned from the game, full stop, the developer said. Blizzard also confirmed that Overwatch will have an in-game reporting feature that can be used to alert the developer to any suspicious behaviour. In other news about Overwatch, the game's recently concluded beta attracted 9.7 million players. Wow. Which is more than the betas for Destiny, The Division and Star Wars Battlefront. Pretty impressive. Overwatch launches on May the 24th for PC, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Can't wait, it looks pretty damn good. Right, Civilization 6 has now been officially announced. The game's Steam page is already live and reveals what we can expect from the latest addition to the franchise, including the following. Set to release on the 21st of October, this will be the first numbered Civilization in over 6 years. Here is a trailer that doesn't quite show us any gameplay, but it does have the narration from one Sean Beam. Enjoy.
We are the explorers, the inventors, the architects of change, the builders of a better tomorrow. We strive, we dream, we inspire. Always towards something greater. All the odds we defy. The risks we take. The challenges we endure. Only make us stronger. There's no end to our imagination. And no limit to civilization.
Following EA's tease earlier this year that multiple Star Wars Battlefront sequels are in development, the company confirmed the first of these and shared some initial details. EA CFO Blake Jorgensen said during an earnings call that Battlefront 2 will have bigger and better worlds. He added that it will make use of the content from the new movies, though he didn't name any outright. The first Battlefront only featured content from the original Star Wars trilogy. Additionally, Jorgensen confirmed that the Star Wars action game from Dead Space studio Visceral and Motive is coming during the next year, but again did not specify whether it meant the calendar or fiscal. Hopefully it's calendar. On top of that, Jorgensen mentioned Titanfall developer Respawn's recently announced third-person action adventure Star Wars, which sounds pretty cool, but did not provide any details on when it would launch. The fact that EA are making a Battlefront sequel is no surprise. The first game had shipped over 14 million copies, which was ahead of the company's expectations for the shooter. We all love a bit of Star Wars, don't we? Sad news now, as Disney's Toys to Life game Disney Infinity is no more. The media giant announced last week in its earnings report that it has discontinued its entire self-publishing console games business. As part of this, the House of Mouse is incurring a $147 million charge. As Ben Fritz of the Wall Street Journal puts it, this is the end of Disney as a video game publisher. Additionally, Disney Infinity principal developer Avalanche Software is being closed as well, with close to 300 developers losing their jobs, according to Fritz. 2 more Disney Infinity playsets based on Alice Through the Looking Glass and Finding Dory are coming out in June. However, it sounds like those will be the final 2 ever to release for the game. We feel for you, Disney, we really do. Homefront: The Revolution has released an epic story trailer ahead of its European release, Friday the 20th. It's gritty, tense and full of action. Check it out right here on News2Gamers. I know you guys are dying for us to review it next week's show, that's all I'm saying. But in the meantime, enjoy the trailer.
You feeling confused, kid? Disconnected?
Mayor Simpson has vowed to redouble anti-terrorist efforts.
Benjamin Walker, also known as the Voice of Freedom, is a known terrorist figure who recently slipped through our borders.
Walker's a spark. People will follow him. We gotta get him back.
You are gonna tell me where I can find Benjamin Walker.
Dana will teach you how we operate.
Just scream as loud as you want, okay?
Out there, she's the best in the business. Just try not to piss her off, huh?
I'm Crawford, the collaborator. Well, I've been resistance from the very beginning. This is the vision that KPA sold us when they arrived. Cooperation to rebuild America.
Crawford sent a message. The KPA know about the armory. They're gonna attack.
Sounds like it's ambush time. This ain't a time for words anymore. Or prayers, or hope. This is a time for action. This is the boot that's gonna kick the KPA's ass.
Oh, sounds like someone needs a demonstration.
Now you're scared, and I get that.
I take my hand like this.
And Orcs got us backed into a corner.
I point. And...
Do it, you son of a bitch!
And you're looking for someone to tell you what to do, somebody to show you a way out.
This is a message for the terrorist group calling themselves the Resistance.
This is the moment. This is our only chance.
I like Walker, but is all this risk worth it for one man?
Your little revolution.
The KPA is stronger than you.
It's finished.
If you want out of this hell, we're gonna have to fight our way out. Don't let me down.
Wow, that is looking better and better every time I see it. That was Homefront: The Revolution, and we will have the full review on next week's show. Now, before we say hello to my lovely co-host, you may have noticed that I'm sporting some pretty cool swag on the show tonight. This has been supplied to us from the amazing guys down at Game Tee. You can check out all their clothing and everything that we're wearing in the next few episodes, and so much more at their website right here. They're amazing guys, they've got a lot going on, and actually, in fact, Leanne, you got sent some pretty cool stuff yourself, didn't you, from Game Tee?
I absolutely love it, and they've got all kinds of cool stuff as well. Clothing, ceramics, a drinking flask, and I love their style. It's a very unique and creative take on gaming. Check out their website, which should be appearing on my screen right now. It's definitely worth a look. Right then, let's catch up on this week's gaming trends. First up, we have a touch of sport. Yes, for all you supercar racing lovers out there, Sony has recently announced they'll be dedicating an entire event to the game, where they will be sharing new details. Ooh, exciting. Clinton J. Bowman tweets, extremely excited to hear this news about GT Sport. Been waiting for this. Hashtag Gran Turismo. Troy Komanak, finally some hashtag Gran Turismo news. The PlayStation needs a proper racing game. Proton Decay says, teaching my dad how to play hashtag Gran Turismo and it's adorable. Something new and exciting now as a game we all know and love has been developed into a film. Yes, a film. The award-winning stealthy action-adventure game Assassin's Creed has had the first trailer for its film adaptation and boy does it look badass. Honestly, I usually think they tend to ruin these franchises when adapting them into a film setting. If any of you remember the Dead or Alive film as prime example, but I was very impressed at this and will definitely be reserving a seat at my local cinema. DC Double Chins Ellens, what a name, tweet, oh, the Assassin's Creed trailer, climbing walls and running on rooftops included. Nice. Janet Diamond, the leap of faith. I love it. They even showed the Hawk, some of the parkour jumps and moves. So good. In fact, the only criticism from you guys is the trailer music. That's got to be a promising sign, right? CJ says, whoever allowed Kanye West's shit rap song in the hashtag Assassin's Creed trailer needs to be fired. Now, Ubisoft's CEO has shared some details on Watch Dogs 2, saying the game will have a new tone and looks to star a new protagonist. Hayden Millington tweets, hashtag Watch Dogs 2 will have a new protagonist. What? Are you trying to say there's something wrong with the what's-his-face? If you guys would like to get in touch and share your thoughts, all you have to do is head over to our Twitter page at News2Gamers, like us on Facebook, and you can subscribe to us on YouTube, where you can catch up on previous episodes, see new gaming bulletins, and see our brand new spin-off show, News2Gamers Extra. Stay with us as after the break, Simon will be joined by Kai and Joel from Frozenbyte Studios to talk about their latest stealth adventure, Shadwen. Plus, we also have the review for the brutal arena shooter, Doom. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome back to News2Gamers. Still to come, we have the review for the brutal and insanely fun first-person shooter Doom. Plus, Leanne will be back with me chatting about the exciting announcements we've got coming up on next week's show. But first, I am joined by two exciting individuals from the very talented team over at Frozenbyte Studios, who are famous for the likes of Shadowgrounds and Trine. They're all amazing games, but they're developing a new one now, and they're here joining us all the way from Finland. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to introduce you to the amazing Kai and Joel from Frozenbyte Studios. Guys, welcome to News2Gamers.
Thank you.
Hi, nice to be here.
Well, what can I say? You're here to talk about a brand new game called Shadwen, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right.
Fantastic. I saw the trailer that you showed us. Absolutely fantastic. And, you know, you guys have gone in some serious detail with this game, haven't you?
Yeah. So yeah.
Where did the whole concept and idea come from?
We started off with Shadwen, pretty much straight away after we finished Trine 3. And, it's kind of... we wanted to do something a bit different this time around, so figured stealth would be something cool to try out. And... we took some elements that we spent a lot of time making for Shrine 3, such as the grappling hook, the rope, which took us like 1.5 years to develop, which is a really big technical feature for a single game. But yeah, we basically built the game around the rope as a starting point.
Because obviously stealth is the main sort of landmark of Shadwen, isn't it? How hard has it been to develop something where it's purely, you get the option to kill or not to kill?
Depending on what kind of style you want to play in, that's probably what you'll be able to play as. So, if you're a fan of, staying completely hidden and playing as a true stealth way, then you can do that. Or then if you want to go on a killing spree or even mix those two up, you can do that as well.
Right, well, guys, thank you so much for joining us on News2Gamers. And just before we go, the release date of Shadwen?
It's May 17th. So
May 17th, fantastic. And I know that everyone is going to enjoy it because I definitely did. Guys, so thanks once again. If anyone else wants to check out Frozenbyte Studios and what they're up to, where can they go to?
Frozenbyte.com, or in the case of Shadwen, Shadwen.com. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, once again, guys, thank you very much for joining us today. And yeah, hopefully we'll speak to you again in the future. But in the meantime, let's check out the the announcement trailer for Shadwen. It's pretty damn good. Check it out on News2Gamers.
If I bring you along, will you do exactly what I tell you to do?
I will. Are we headed towards your home?
No, we're not going home.
Anytime I get to talk about a game that started a huge trend or one that was firmly embedded in my childhood collection of awesome gaming memories, I can't help but feel slightly excited and overwhelmed. The return of one of these games that made my childhood so exciting from a gaming aspect is Doom. The reboot of the brutally brilliant first-person shooter is an insanely badass savage ride through hell and back. It's a ride you'll take with very little safety and at rapid speed. It's unforgiving, it's ferocious, it's immoral and disgusting, and that's why we love it. The original Doom arguably defined the first-person shooter genre, setting the standard and becoming the cornerstone for not just the genre, but for developers to build on. Its fast-paced action and gory setting mixed with its plethora of wild, relentless beasts that went unchallenged within the medium for quite some time. The original was the shooter that everyone played. It paved the way for games like Battlefield and Call of Duty. The likes of Unreal Tournament and Quake, and most notably Doom, are the reasons we enjoy those franchises year in, year out. The first thing you'll notice is how incredible Doom looks, brightly coloured in places, detailed maps and weapons that look like they have just come out of Tony Montana's lockup. They make this reboot a pleasure to watch. The maps are bigger than ever, fully fledged and dynamic, and totally packed with collectibles and murderous enemies. In every direction you turn there are exploding barrels, balls of fire, crazed demons, and a downpour of blood and guts splattering the walls as you dismember your foes. The game is intense and forces you to learn your loadout quickly. It moves at blistering pace and doesn't give you time to settle, and you can forget about aim assist. Watching someone take control of Doom for the first time is like witnessing a child attempt his first jump on his BMX, only to faceplant straight into the ground. It's gripping but yet remorseless. At times it can be completely baffling. That's how fast this game plays. The fact that my PS4 was able to maintain a solid 60 frames per second for the entire game is astonishing. The story is a variation of the same old narrative. You're stuck on the ever-populated planet of Mars, and hell has opened its gates. The whole place is overrun with demonic creatures, and there simply isn't room for the both of you. So something has to give. However, in true Doom fashion, it has a very boisterous way of telling this outlandish story. Out go the continuing cutscenes, in comes the endless action and collectible archive material you can fully take advantage of or completely ignore. It's entirely your choice. Recharging health is now a thing of the past. Medkits and armor shards are back and scattered across each map. The weapons are also as brutally impactful as they have always been. Even more so, in fact. There's a reason why the chain gun, shotgun, plasma rifle and rocket launcher are all standard to the first-person shooter genre. The chainsaw is more gruesome than ever and is strangely satisfying. Doom features other activities to occupy yourselves with besides its single-player campaign. The campaign is the main focus here, but multiplayer has been included. The multiplayer holds light to Unreal Tournament and Quake Arena days. One fun aspect is the inclusion of a pentagram which will turn you into a demon to punish other players. Multiplayer features a total of 9 maps and several modes. While this can shake things up a bit and is a nice addition to the game, it's more of a second thought. Doom is almost the game you've always wanted but never really thought you'd get. By focusing on Doom's intense blood-soaked heart, ID Software have created an all-out action FPS with an essence of yesteryear and a nod to some of the classic games in the genre. The game hosts incredible visuals which show off its next-gen advancements and include some of the most fun I've ever had whilst playing a first-person shooter. Although it's not going to reinvent the genre, it's still worthy of your wallet purely based on the campaign. Bring on the chainsaw. So there you have it, our review for Doom. Pretty good game.
Oh, it was brilliant. We got it out in the office, didn't we?
We did. We had a lot of fun, and you got pretty scared.
No, I didn't.
Yes,
I was running around like
did.
a psychopath with that chainsaw. Right, we have something very special for you guys now. As we all love a good nostalgia trip down memory lane, and our director's feature Respawn does just that. Now, I have had my pick of a game. Simon's nagged for his favourite game, but you guys have yet to have your say. Let us know on Twitter at News2Gamers or drop us a comment on Facebook with the retro game you would like to see, and it could be on next week's show.
Get some good suggestions in, people, as well as the most eagerly awaited Homefront to date. We've got the review coming next week. Don't forget, we have our new spin-off show, News2Gamers Extra, this Saturday at 11 PM. Or you can catch any of our previous episodes on our YouTube channel. Just look for News2Gamers TV. As always, keep it locked.